We lost Arabic using the gamification for the recruiting and training purposes. So in the next couple of minutes, we will talk about gamification and how we can use it to gain results in the energy industry. I want to talk about the goals and challenges that I feel the energy industry is facing, because I was in the business for 6 years. I started as an agent in the field. I did 2,000 sales, then I moved to the team leader, team manager, territory manager, office manager, and then I quit. My experience of working for the energy industry, it was like boring. Like, this industry is boring, and this industry is like meaningless. We guys not doing nothing good for the people. We just making money. And I'm really honest person, and in the recession period, I had no choice but to work for the energy industry because there was no other jobs for me. So I was forced to be in this industry. And I spent then five years in this industry, and when I decided to quit, I was thinking, like, I already spent 5 years here. Might as well do something worse out of it. And that's why I'm here. So I'll talk about the goals and challenges, then service profit chain, why gamification is the solution, how for you guys to gamify, and what's going to happen next. So I strongly believe that the best goal to achieve for you, any of you guys, will be, we have those workshops, everybody name their opinions, but the root problem of all the struggles that we have for the marketers, that employees, for the marketers, the goal will be to engage the employees, and for the energy providers will be the customer engagement. And by achieving those goals, we'll overcome the main challenges, and I think that the employees in the energy industry don't care about this job. I was at the job and I was just making the money. I wasn't thinking about the company prosperity. I was thinking how to get out of the field, to get overrides, to make money, to not to go to that field. The same goes for the customers. Because of the competition is growing, it's a lot of you guys competing, and the only thing that you can compete with is a price. And I was in the field, like, I'm going to the field today, the family energy coming like 1 week after we signed that person. So you as a supplier pay to the marketer $100, $60 for them to acquire that client. Then you receive that client, and you need to make in 1 month money back, because the other company coming back after the customer and taking them back away. So in that case, when you're fighting with the prices, the customers are in trouble, because me as an agent, I'm forced to do that job. I need to sell the product, because like, I'll not survive. And I need to tell customer all the stuff that I need to tell for him to sign up, and I feel bad, but this is what I gotta do. And then customers in the months receiving the higher bill, because you need to make a profit, and the profit margin is shrinking. And then customers fucked. Sorry for that. And they calling and they complaining, and you spend like a lot of hours today thinking like, why they calling, why they complaining? Come on, guys. You promise one, you deliver another one. No brainer. So if you will take my advice and we'll go with the employees engagement and customer engagement, this is what we gotta do, what we'll get. When employees engaged, they satisfied. When they satisfied, they loyal. When they loyal, they don't leave, they productive. And when they productive, company receive the results. On the other side, when customer engaged, customer satisfied. Customer satisfied, customer is loyal. Customer is loyal, company profitable. And you'll get the company grows. So now there is a question: how to engage employees and customer around energy business, which is honestly saying is boring. There is nothing for customers to think about us, to worry about us. Dan, yes? Dan just told me today that he know that piece of information that people think about the bills for 10 minutes in a year, 9 minutes in a year. It's nothing, guys. All we are in that industry is just to make money because the regulation came up and this is like juicy business and we came there and we get into that and now we cannot get out of that because we already built on top of it. So I think what we need to give to them is something that they want, the customers want, something that is fun, something that is engaging, and something they want to be engaged in. And my answer to this question is games and gamification. I believe in that. So why gamification is a solution? So for the first, because of the stats. We have 58% of the 170 millions of gamers in the US, it's 58% of the population. And this is our audience. They like to play games. They like to be distracted with the games. You playing, guys, Candy Crush, which is meaningless. It doesn't mean nothing for you like the business that we in. So if you already making money on that, and if there is a company that provide the same type of product like Candy Crush and Reverse that doesn't mean nothing, so why not for you to use the technique that they're using to get the competitive advantage? So because of the stats, you have these stats, you have the wide audience. And I want to remind you that those are mostly the people of my age. We have the generation difference here, but my generation, we didn't ride the bikes, we played the video games. When you're talking to my generation, you're asking me to work, but what I want to do, I want to play. So for my generation, and actually the even youngest generation, which is the millennials, the video games is the primary form of entertainment. They are masters in video games. They love them. And if you will approach that audience, you will have the 58% market penetration, and you will talk to them in their language, in the language that they understand. So why games? Is because of the psychology. Games has been around as long as the human civilization has been around. They tap into some very deep and fundamental aspects of our psychology. If you can build something using that structure of games, with feedback and an ability to progress towards mastery, it has a very powerful resonance for the people. So this is Kevin Werbach, author of the Gamification book for the win. Another reason why the gamification is because what the games provide. Games provide urgent optimism. People really self-motivated when they play games. You don't need to ask them to play games. They will be doing it because they like it. Another thing that games provide is a social fabric. When people play games together, they like each other more. So you need to spend time on the drama management in the office. They will love each other because they play together. Another thing that gamification provides is blissful productivity. Gamers are willing to work hard. When they see the meaning in the end of the tunnel, they will go for it. And epic meaning. Gamers like to be resolving like troubles of planetarium scale. They like to complete the mission. They like to save the planet. So let them save the planet. Another reason why gamification is because of the millennials. Again, they spend 10,000 hours of playing the games. They like bachelors, they masters in playing games. And just give them what they're asking you. Give them the fun time, and that will give you the results. Following so far? Good. Gamification actually creates the opportunity for the young people to have a gaming career which pays the real money. Imagine hiring new agents, not for the sales job, but for the play, but for the game. Imagine signing the customer not for the energy program, but signing them for the gaming experience, where they will invite their friends to play. It sounds unreal maybe, but it's around the corner. Our generation is coming. And this creates an opportunity for customers actually like you guys, because customers like to play the games. If you give them something that they will like you, because they don't trust me. So another reason why the gamification is because the world getting faster. We are now in a world in which things move in a faster pace than it was for you and me before. The world with paper, application, documents, and reports is over. Successful businesses with a huge amount of data and documents need to go fully digital and online. And gamification is perfectly fine with it. And last but not least, because of the rewards. With gamification, rewards are everywhere. For every action that people take or employees take, they get in the rewards. It gives you a tool to show your appreciation to your staff, to your employees, to your clients, 24 hours per day, 7 days a week, 365 days a year. Those rewards don't have to be cash rewards. In the games, if you play, you know that you're playing not for the money, you're playing for the experience. You're playing to level up, you're playing to get the badge, you're playing to bypass your Facebook friends. You spend all that energy for free, nobody paying you for that. And you're doing it willingly. So how to do that? I bet you're asking that question. It sounds so good, but like how to do that? So we don't need to reinvent the bicycle. Let's just take a look on the industry, other industry, how they already doing it, and just take the example. So now when you will decide to use the gamification to build your brand, engage your employees and customers, I suggest to take a look on some of the examples that are already proved to be successful. And what I want you to understand that the gamification is not a project. It's not just something that you do and you are waiting for it to work. It's a business channel that gets invested for the long term. Companies that understand it are the ones that are likely to see the result they expect. And if not, then not. So let's go to take a look on some examples of gamification. So Chevrolet Volt, their objective was to make drivers to drive safe. So what they did, they put this screen on the dashboard and indicate to the driver that when he is driving good and under the speed limit that you're a good driver, and encourage him. And when he was driving bad, saying that you're a bad driver. And maybe it looks stupid, but it's bringing results. What we have here is the number of people exceeding the speed limit. They reduce the number of people who exceed the speed limit by 53%. 53%. You wish you have the margin like that. So now Domino's Pizza. Everybody knows Domino's Pizza. So what they did, they created the gaming app Pizza Hero and increased the sales revenue by 30% by letting customers create their own pizza with an app. Take a look on the screen. It's completely gamified. You can like swirl with those fingers, like pick up the sausages and the pastrami and everything and make the pie. You're not doing it, you know that, but it's fun and it's produced the results. Now, Nike, take a look on this screen. Who is running here? Who is using this app? So you tell me how it works. You socialize, you want to beat your fellow Facebook friends and beat your own results. Actually, Nike used the gamification feedback system to drive over 5 million of users to beat their personal fitness goal every day of the year. Would you like to do something like that? Okay, and last but not least, it's US Army. So US Army use the gamification too. And 30% of Americans aged from 16 to 24 after playing this US Army game create more positive impression toward the US Army. And with this application, US Army recruited more people than all other methods that they use combined, while this application costing a fraction of the marketing cost. So I have the information of more examples if you're interested, but the list goes on, and the stories are carrying the same pattern. After defining the specific business objectives, companies create gamified experience that leverage the big data generated by their user base, and motivate those users in a way that drive their business. And this is how it works. So I'll tell you what's going to happen next. Believe me or not. Gamification is a new secret weapon for the successful businesses. And it boils down to the one simple thing: using game techniques and data to drive behavior. Now I want to ask you, are you using the data that your customers, partners, employees are generating as they interact with your systems and engage them, motivate them, and drive better business performance? Do you? Who using the data to motivate employees, to drive business performance, to generate the social proof? None of you. So what do you guys discuss all the day today? So you're not doing that, but what I want to tell you that the companies that will start doing it are going to be the ones that will win this market. And the ones of you that don't are going to get left behind. And this is what's going to happen. For the questions and advices, my booth is out there. What's Cool IT? My pleasure, Dmitry Trukozov.